Well, MDA, I'm giving you the respect of actually talking to you as man-to-man as possible, because when it comes to all the retards in the troll posse, you're the least retarded of them all. You're the most rational of them all, next to JJ.
Just so you know, I'm not in the troll posse.
Well, in the group, when I say the group, I mean the people that always show up in those namely you, Doodle, JJ, Sketch, Mitch, and all the fringe people like the Frost Review, Adam, all those people. You are actually one of the more rational people of them all, even though you've been one of the people smearing me like an idiot. But you want my side of the story. Is that basically what you want?
Yes,
right.
And then I would also like to know, how am I smearing lies about you?
Well, from what I can tell, you never, and to your benefit, I didn't give you much of a chance to get it, but you automatically went off and made a video saying I blocked you all, A, because of the page, B, because I can't handle criticism.
I didn't say you blocked me on Facebook. I actually said you unfriended me, and you deleted me as a contact on Skype. I only said that you blocked me.
Oh, okay. Well, so you didn't say anything about being unable to handle criticism as the reason for blocking you in my live show at all? That was just another MDA?
What did I say?
You came into my live show under the MustDestroyAll moniker and said that, I can't remember exactly what it was, but you said something, hey, John, how about you talk about the time that you blocked, or that you blocked everyone because you can't handle criticism?
I didn't say that, but hold on, let me get the video, because, Doodle has a recording of what I said, so I might as well...
Let me put it to you this way, okay? While you're doing that, let me put it to you, and let me put it to you in an easily digestible manner.
Mm-hmm.
Let me choose my words carefully. The way you're all acting, you, Doodle, all of your buddies from the whatever posse, whatever it's being known as, only go to solidify why I'm done with you all. Every single time I do anything, it's a firing squad, it's a debate, or it's a video, or it's a Facebook post, or somehow I have to hear about it, and I have to be held accountable for every last thing that I do, good or bad. I don't want that anymore. I don't want the calls. I don't want the, oh, John, hey, you did this. Now you have to hear about it. Now you have to own up to it, even if it's not a bad thing. But if we see it as bad, it's bad. And, you got to see this video. You got to listen to us, and you have to debate us. It's tired and worn out. How many times in the past, and this isn't a rhetorical question. I want an answer. How many times in the past did I say, that's it, I'm done with you guys? How many times? Can you count? How many times?
On a few occasions, yeah.
Okay, and when I actually say, okay, fuck you guys, I'm done with you, you all go nuts and you make videos and you infiltrate my fucking live show. And some of you prank call my personal phone 17 times and leave 17.
Doing that. That is Razor and Sketch.
Yeah, I know, because they're both a couple of retards. But when I say the group, you guys tolerate and accept these people, and I learned a long time ago as a little boy, you're known by the company you keep. I no longer want to be known by this company, especially because every time I go into a call with you and everybody else, or the de facto now defunct troll posse, David is in there. And for some reason, you guys don't see any problem with anything David has done in the past, at least enough to let him in there.
Well, trust me, I have a lot of problems with David, and I had to actually confront him today.
Well, if that's you, then if that is you confronting him, then that just goes to show you why I think you're one of the more rational people in the group. However, I just blocked everybody except for Queenie and Sam and Justin, because those guys, let's face it, they're not even 1/10 as annoying, and I'm not trying to say you guys are annoying at all, but I'm just saying that you're not even 1/10 as annoying as a Mitch or a Doodle or a David. And you guys really, well, I will say that, yeah, you did come to bat for me when my channel got taken down, but at the same time, every single time I've blocked somebody, what have you done? You have acted as some sort of an intermediary, some sort of a messenger, and that's the category you fell under. You always sent me some kind of message from Mitch or Doodle saying, hey, blah, 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 can you do this? And the only reason I don't treat Sam as a messenger is because he showed me a lot of class and tact when my channel went down, just as you did. But the problem is, you are one of. When I say this, you're going to deny it, and maybe you're more of an explanation.
I just want to say, the reason why I confronted you about the situation was because you actually added me into that whole entire group and just decided to unfriend me in the whole whoever else you decided to unfriend.
That's what I was just explaining.
Yeah, but the thing is, I wouldn't like just like go after you and just be like, why the fuck are you doing this to me and everybody else? I'd probably talk to you in IM or something and say, what's going on? What's the problem?
No, actually, you'd rather make a video smearing me, which is why I don't have any more respect than I do.
And I didn't smear you at all whatsoever, but I would like to say...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, explain the statements that you made.
In my video or the video on my backup channel? I don't know.
Both of those, both of your channels.
Well, the one on my backup is just you saying these things on your live stream. But, my video called UTF is being stupid again situation,
No, the psychopathic liar.
Oh, well that was based on what you were saying. That's all specifically you saying these things. I don't see.
And how does that make me necessarily a psychopathic liar?
Because you did some crazy things. I mean, for example, saying hypothetically, I would like
a psychopath.
Psychopathic, but you know, the thing is, the reason why I used that title is because I wanted to give it that kind of horror type effect, but with a more, you know, understanding point to it. Like, with what you said in that live stream, kind of crazy, but that's just my spin on it. You know, for example,
crazy.
Yes, hypothetically saying, I would like these guys to break into my house. Basically implying that you'd like to shoot them. I mean,
yeah, if they were to break into my house. Do you notice how I prefaced it by saying if they were to break into my house?
Yeah, but why would you say something like that out of nowhere towards people that you don't like?
We were on the subject. Okay, here's the thing you're not understanding. I don't know if, okay, you obviously were watching the stream as you all like to do when I block you, especially Doodle, because you all have this weird obsession with me, especially Doodle.
I don't
know if I'll go as far as to say that you have this obsession with me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only so fitting that right after I block you, you make 2 videos about me when you had no idea. You basically assumed everything. You didn't have any concrete reason why I blocked you. You didn't have any answer as to why I blocked you, so you just went ahead and made a video anyway.
I had some type of reason to why you blocked me. It was because I liked the fan page, correct?
No.
So
I said the fan page just... You see, this is the problem with you. Every time we have a disagreement, you always come from left field, but you're never wrong. Here's the problem. That's not the real reason. And if you were getting the correct information where I can only assume you were getting it from, I told Frost, I told Adam, no, not Adam. I told Doodle this too, and I know I'm assuming he didn't tell you this. So I'm just going to play the good guy and say you didn't hear this, and you're not being a complete asshole by spreading that lie. This is what I mean by spreading a lie.
So then, how come you blocked or unfriended Hunter's Time Lord, Ranter and Shades, and Official GATG? They're not a part of
Messengers.
the posse. They're not messengers.
Messengers.
At all.
Okay,
come on.
Let me explain why I blocked everybody, because you seem to think it's because of the page. The page was the catalyst I needed to say, okay, you know how I said back in October that I'm done with you guys? This is it.
Okay.
every time I go on those calls, not every time, but it seems like every other time I go on those calls, somebody's fighting over something and I have to sit there and listen to it. Or I'm being grilled for something that I don't think I should necessarily be grilled about, something trivial in comparison to everything else that goes on or that I've been accused of. I'm having to answer for it. I'm having to supposedly own up to it. I'm tired of all that. Here's the cycle I'd notice, okay? Fight, make up, fight, see a bunch of videos about me, make up, fight, make up, and then fight, on and on, forever and ever, amen, until the end of time. It's boring. It's predictable. I no longer want any part of it. So it's convenient to say that I blocked you all because of that page, even though I know only a few people are behind it. I said that to Doodle. I told him, yes. And that big Facebook thing that I'm pretty sure he copied and pasted every last bit of, like he usually does, because he is obsessed with me. I don't care what you say. He's obsessed with me. He even goes to my fucking page and looks at videos I like and bitches about them. But I made it very clear to him that the page was nothing more than the catalyst, not the reason.
Okay.
The page was just the point that I realized, yeah, it's time to move on. But I block you all and you can't handle it and you go nuts and you make your videos and try to make me look bad and you made your videos saying I blocked you because of the page. No, it's because I no longer want a part in any of this. If I were to block you all, let me ask you a question. If this was October or November, after that second big debate where Mitch had that long list of questions for me, and I blocked you the day after when I said I would you have understood?
Well, you said you were going to, and I didn't make a video about it, so...
And I didn't block you all because for some reason I gave you all more chances.
Right. But I didn't complain about it because it wasn't out of nowhere for no reason. It was understandable.
Trust me, I have
I know, but
my reasons to you right now.
Alright, you said in that video where the shitty debate, I'll admit, it was a shitty-ass debate, and it was mostly Mitch's fault. But the thing is, you said you were going to do that to everybody. I understood. I didn't, go on a video and say, oh, he blocked me for nothing. This kind of issue, for nothing. I didn't do anything to you to get unfriended, blocked, deleted, whatever.
Oh, I will admit, no. Personally, you didn't.
Okay.
However, did you notice that I only unfriended and blocked people that were parts of those calls at one point or another?
Like official GATG? Because last I checked, he barely is on Skype anyway. I mean, he's neither part of the group. And,
official GATG, if I'm not mistaken, was somebody that added me into a call at a time that I said I don't want anybody adding me into those calls, along with Razarith. And Razarith was the one that bitched my ear off after the first time I asked him nicely, do not add me into a call with David. And he called me a stuck-up dickhole just because I didn't want to be added into those calls. And GATG, I believe, was one of those people, and he may be one of the people that I did unjustly block.
Same deal with
Fine.
Time Lord, because he's barely
until I remember the reason. You're gonna go to everybody and say, "Oh, well, it's just convenient for him." But until I remember the actual reason, I'm gonna say that for now. But as for you and everybody else, there's a reason you and everybody else associated with those calls got blocked. Now, if I blocked 30 or 40 people randomly, if I went to that page, looked at everybody who liked it, and blocked them all, yeah, you guys might have a point. But there's a reason a specific group of people were chosen to be blocked. And it's because I do not want to be sucked back into those calls. Remember when I said I was going to do it? Here's where it gets good and interesting, and this is where you need to pay attention. Remember in October, whatever it was, when I said I was going to block you all? Well, the reason I didn't block you all is because I got sucked back in. But when I got sucked back into those calls, I realized it was the same cycle again. Fight, make up. I'd fight with Mitch. I'd fight with Doodle. I'd fight with Frost. I'd fight with David. I'd fight with David's friend, Suckity Dickity Dicks guy. Can't remember his name. Brandon. Yeah, I would fight with all of these people, and at one point or another, we'd make up just for me to have to fight somebody else again.
All right, well,
whether the fight was started by me, hold on, whether or not the fight was started by me or somebody else is irrelevant because I don't want any part of it anymore. So me blocking all of you was basically my way of saying, I want no more part of it. Because you want to know how I got sucked back into those calls? I don't remember if it was you or somebody else, but somebody said, hey, come into this call and let's talk. No fights, no whatever. Okay, fine. But then a week later, there was a fight. I don't want any more part of that. So it had to be the way it had to be. I blocked you all. I'm not unblocking you all. And you can all go and make your videos about it. You know what? There's going to be people that believe you based on what you say. Like what you said. You said I blocked you because of the page. Well, there's probably 50 people out there that think I'm scum because they think I blocked you all just because of some page. That's where you come in, MDA, and that's why I no longer have any desire to have you on my Facebook or on YouTube or on Skype, because you turned around and spread some bullshit reason that I blocked everybody because I have zero tolerance for that kind of shit. And you just went on to solidify why I no longer want a part of you, because as a knee-jerk reaction, you just went and said, oh, he saw this page that had a bunch of dicks about him. And I'll tell you something else about that page. The jokes and the memes, fine. But when you start drawing pictures of me coming on other people's faces and tagging them to my personal fucking Facebook, that's even over the line for me. I don't know if it's over the line for you or anybody else, but for me, I don't want my fans seeing that. I don't want anybody seeing that. That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
That's downright fucking disgusting. Somebody takes the time to sit there and draw a picture of me skeeting on random people's faces and then tagging them. You know what? Draw those pictures for your own group. Whoever's doing them, tell them this. Draw them for your own eyes or for anybody that wants to see them, but don't force them upon people by tagging my page in them.
I agree.
Absolutely fucked up. But you made the video. That was a point where I said, for you, fine, it's over. Doodle made his videos. That's a point where I said, fine, it's over for him. Mitch made his video spewing the same horse shit without having a reason, and I said, fine, it's over for him. And anybody else, Frost messaged me on Facebook and sent me a line of horse shit. I said, fine, it's over for you. That's basically what it is.
Never talked about the whole blocking situation. The only thing he talked about was you saying Let's Playing wasn't a real job. That's about it.
You sure about that?
I mean, maybe he messaged you, but as far as making a video about it, I don't recall. I mean, he did remix or re-upload my video from my backup channel, but that's about it. He never made a specific video.
I see. He uploaded a video recently. From what I gathered from it, he was sarcastically saying that I'm not afraid of you. I'll have to watch it again. Here, I'll link it to you.
I don't see how it made any sense. I didn't even understand it.
He also came into my live show. He was one of the people that came into my live show and started spewing the same crap. You guys don't seem to understand. That's the behavior that I don't want to be a part of. Anytime somebody gets on your bad side, you go into their live shows and spam them. You make videos about them without real, actual proof behind them. I don't want any part of that anymore. But specifically, it comes down to me saying, look, I'm stepping out. Like I said I was, however many months ago. I'm stepping back. I'm stepping out. And sure, I may have expected this shitstorm to happen. I expected better from you, personally. But obviously, once again, I have been proven wrong. You will stoop to the same level they stoop to, and that's fine. But you know the difference is between all the crap I dealt with then and now. I no longer have to deal with it. I have tons of stuff going on in my actual life that makes all the stuff that happens in those troll posse or whatever you guys call yourselves now, the aggressive platoon, don't give a fuck, you all get together and talk. It makes all that stuff look so piddly. It makes it look so insignificant. Mm-hmm. And because I make the decision to say, see ya, I'm the bad guy. Okay.
Well, I just don't see how I deserve any deleting or blocking or unfriending, because
the last time I came into a call after I said I was done, you were a part of it. Do you necessarily deserve the blocking and deleting? That's up to interpretation. But the way I see it, like I've been telling you for how long has it been? The past 15, 19, whatever minutes it has been, is that I don't want anything to do with anybody in those calls because it always ends up forever until the end of time. It will always end up as some kind of shitstorm that I reluctantly find myself thrust into. And whether you call them necessary or unnecessary, there are some casualties involved with that.
Well, I feel like I'm pretty similar with Sam and Queenie on this kind of situation. I didn't do anything wrong, and I get sucked into drama.
You were sucked into it. You made your own with that video, sir.
Well, yeah, but you put me into that whole pool of drama that you have a problem with.
I didn't put anybody into it. Blocking you guys, and I told Doodle this, blocking you guys was the end of the drama. You decided to take it to the levels in which you did. And
I consider this kind of situation much like back then when you had this whole problem with Nate, and all I did was civilly explain my situation about the whole it's not a reaction video thing, and then you just went nuts on me for no reason.
No, if I remember that correctly, you were... Let me try to remember what I was exactly pissed at you about, because I know you were completely full of shit. You went on one video and said that, be careful, he might block you for having an opinion. And then you came into the video I made after that where I was conceding defeat, more or less, to Nate, and said, yeah, I know you wouldn't actually do that.
Okay.
I don't think... You said... No, actually, more... specifically, you said, I don't necessarily think you block and delete people for having opinions, but on the video before that, you went and said, watch out, he might delete you for having a negative opinion, and then you turned around and conveniently said, oh, it's just a joke. I'm not about to sit here and beat dead horses. You want to talk about what's happening in the here and now.
Alright, let me explain.
Neither of us are going to agree.
Okay, hold on.
But you're going to think you're right, I'm going to think you're wrong. I'm the one trying to move on and talk about... No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Now, let me explain. I know you're not going to believe this, but what I was saying in there was sarcastic. I know that can be perceived many ways on the internet, typed up, but I was being sarcastic, and even I heard Queenie and Repsion were explaining to you that, yeah, he wouldn't like say something like that in a serious manner. Now, before that, I made a comment saying, I don't see any problem with admitting to being wrong about something and all that kind of stuff, and then you replied to me on some video and just basically insulted me as well as, whatever crap, and then unfriended me on Facebook over it.
I insulted you because you were so adamant in saying that you were not in any sort of hypocrisy when it was pretty clear to me that you were. And when somebody overtly not assumes, let me choose my words carefully again, don't want to sound...
If you're talking about any of the comments on your videos where we had a back and forth, that was after you apologized to Nate. I'm talking about...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. That's a whole different situation.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm talking about when somebody made a video, and I don't know who, maybe it was David, maybe it was Chicken, I don't know who made it, but it was during the whole reaction video situation. I said, there's no problem with admitting to being wrong, all this kind of explanation about it, whatever, egos, all that kind of stuff. Then you replied to me, and just insulted me, when I was just civilly saying, I don't see anything wrong with being wrong, and I wasn't saying it towards you. I mean, I wasn't like saying on your videos, but I was saying on somebody else's videos, and you saw it, and you replied to my comment, insulting me, and then after that, you unfriended me. Then, I ended up being pretty upset about that kind of situation, because all I was doing was civilly making a comment about, I don't see anything wrong with admitting to being wrong, and all this kind of stuff, and then I just end up like having this uproar on your videos, where in the end you ended up blocking me, or deleting my comments, or whatever it was. And then you made your apology, and then I said, good for you and all that kind of stuff, and then you took it still negatively and, decided to call me a hypocrite and whatnot about the whole situation. That was pretty much the
Well, until I see the comments for myself, I'm assuming it was the John Stop video. I'm going through my email trying to find all these comments. comments here.
I don't know if I have a screen cap of my
And it
own
looks
video.
like
Let me see.
I'm sure you do. You guys probably have a billion screen caps of my stuff between you. I would not be surprised.
I mean, you make videos with screen caps too. I don't see there's a problem with that. I mean, it's just...
No, I'm talking
Moving
about
the
between
point.
you, Mitch, and Doodle. There's just way too much obsession with. I mean, for Christ's sake,
I mean, I just don't see how...
Doodle. Every time I scratch my nose the wrong way, that cocksucker has a video about me. I mean, it's like he has absolutely no life to call his own, and so he wastes it on me. It's
Sorry.
pretty. It's amusing, and not just me. He's done it with plenty of other people too.
Uh-huh.
Mitch included.
All right,
And you're all you.
Alright, it's true. Admitting / accepting when you're wrong instead of making things up is a better idea.
Okay. Hold on. If you can send the screen cap in here, send it, because
Okay, I'll send a screen cap.
I have a hard time trusting you.
Oh, come on. Anyway, alright. Because I put it in my video, and I'll give you the screen cap. Hold on. I don't know if you're going to be able to accept it or not, because you're not my friend on Skype anymore, but whatever. Is it... Are you able to...
I wasn't available. Oh, well, just read it. Use your best intuition, I guess.
Okay. It's true. This is me, it's true. Admitting / accepting when you're wrong instead of making things up is a better idea. It leads to people respecting you more instead of less depending on the issue. If John were to admit / accept when he was wrong, it wouldn't hurt him at all. I admit when I'm wrong because it's beneficial for me. We can't be right all the time with what... Come on. We can't be right all the time with what we say. Acknowledging the flaws is a good way to move on from a problem instead of boosting an ego. You responded.
Great, and I did.
Saying
Congratulations.
What? Oh,
I responded to all that. I responded to Nate. I'm just trying to figure out what bearing this has on this conversation right now.
This was before you apologized, of course. This is when you were still trying to prove a point that it's not a reaction.
Yeah, okay, continue reading. Since you think it has so much to do with what's going on right now, continue. What did I say? What did the mean UTF say?
You responded saying, what a sanctimonious turd. It wasn't a fucking reaction video. I've given my reasons, and if that's not enough for your little group, then I'm not about to waste more time explaining myself. It's mind-boggling how reluctant you guys seem to be to accept that it's not anywhere near the reaction videos as I described them. Alas, this has become another waste of time, and I wish you all well.
Yep.
I have better things to focus on. I made today's video to finally give my take. From here, don't care. And then that's when you unfriended me over that comment.
You know, I'm so glad there's a group of people that are so willing to... I'm not saying you guys were wrong. I admitted that I was wrong, and I still, to this day, hold the fact that I was wrong about the reaction video thing. But since you think this has a lot to do with what's going on here, let me give my own take about how much this has to do with what's going on here, okay? I just find it's the overall notion of there being a group out there that has made about 1,000... Okay, maybe not 1,000... But, and I'm not trying to say you all do this, but there are individual members who either take a dozen screen caps of me, Mitch, make a dozen videos about me that could be attributed to all of you, focus on every last thing I say and do. I mean, for Christ's sake, one of Mitch's videos, you guys took capture from my live show just as one more attempt to smear me. Tell me that's not an attempt to smear me. Well, you're going to my fucking live show, and you're entitled to do that, I guess. If I was a real asshole about it, I would take it all down with a DMCA, but I'm probably not going to because it's just one more thing you guys do. I figured out a long time ago that you guys do as you please, irrespective of how I treat you.
Well,
now, you can think that, like, for example...
I'm sorry.
Because you think I'm a psychopath. You think I'm a fucking psychopath because we're on the topic of guns, and I said that somebody... No, okay, all right, fine. Let the demon talk. Go ahead.
Was because you smeared me in your live show.
Oh, really? Eye for an eye. How'd I smear you?
MDA is the type of idiot that would tell you that he got blocked for asking a question, which I did not say.
Yep. Well, you... Wait, what?
That's what you said. MDA is the type of idiot.
Repeat.
MDA
is the type of idiot, yes.
MDA is the type of idiot that would say he got blocked for asking a question. which I did not say.
I seem to recall you saying that at various instances, either on my channel comments before I deleted them, of course, and well, this sucks because I know at one point you have said that. You've all said that at some point, that if you say the wrong thing to me or don't agree with me, maybe that's what I was going for. I could have worded it a little better.
I mean, which happened, in the past as well. It wouldn't be
You sure about that?
Yeah, the reaction video situation. I didn't agree with you. You had a problem with that. I mean, that's how it went down.
Yeah, and then you guys go around and say I do that to everybody. At least some of you do.
I didn't say that.
God, you're gonna go back to this. Yes, you were implying that when you said that on my video. Watch out, if you have a negative opinion, he'll block you. Doodle has said it in videos constantly. I wish I had a photographic memory.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Repsion and Queenie agree, so it must be true. And I wish I had a photographic memory of all of your videos because I could probably find an instance in where you said that, but whatever.
Okay, maybe I did say it in the past, but I don't feel that same way now.
Oh, okay, no, hold on. So how is that necessary? If you're saying you did say that in the past, how does that make what I said a smear if you have said it in the past?
Because we have
here comes Justification.
We felt very irrational towards each other,
But you have said it in the past, and you said it's a smear. A smear is when you spread blatant lies about somebody to make them look bad. So if you're admitting that you did say it in the past, tell me, how's it a smear?
I said I might have said it in the past, but regardless if I did say it or not,
things that keep you.
I don't necessarily agree with something like that, and I change my viewpoints on something like that. I wouldn't generalize something like that and say, or exaggerate and say, you block everybody, you can't take criticism. Because in my most recent video about you, I said, I'm not going to say you block everybody or can't take criticism, because that's not true. But you can only tolerate it so much. That's all I said.
I can only tolerate so much, or you can only tolerate so much?
That's what I said about you.
Bullshit, but okay.
Alright,
you see, here's the thing. Okay, no, you know what, MDA? Here's the thing, and I'm going to be very blunt with you here, as I usually am. All of these things you guys say, whether you've generalized in the past or Doodle's generalized in the past, they all happen with your group. Let me try to put a number on it.
I wish you'd stop
disagree
saying it's my
on a
group because
daily fucking basis. Dude, I've already explained to you. I know it's not the troll posse, but the group of people. You cannot sit there and deny that it's usually the same people in those calls. Your group, yeah, okay. I have a disagreement with somebody on one of my videos probably once daily. Do they all end up blocked? No. Do they all end up getting their heads bitten off? No. But you guys try to make it seem that when I bite your heads off and block you, that I do it to everybody. Even though today you try to qualify and say, I'm not necessarily saying this, but he can only tolerate it to a certain point. No, with you guys, especially now because I want nothing to do with you.
So you can't tolerate me criticizing you?
I'm pretty sure I can. At this point, it's irrelevant, but yeah. But that's the thing. The point I'm trying to make is you are part of you were a part of the troll posse. Whatever it is now.
And even before I was
it always comes back to you.
And even before I was part of the troll posse, I was criticizing you then. So I mean, whatever.
The point is that there's a reason that I see a billion videos from you guys, and whenever I care to post them on my Facebook, I'd have tons of people coming in and saying, wow, I've never had that from you. I've disagreed with you plenty of times, and you've never been mean to me. And you wonder why.
And there's dozens of people that would say, I've had that kind of situation with John.
Well, that's probably true, but at the same time, that definitely is not as long or as often as you guys try to make it seem. We can talk all.
Seem like it's like every single day with you, but there are some people that you just block for nothing, or just because they criticize.
For nothing.
Right.
I've admitted to maybe 1 or 2 times where I've blocked somebody unjustly because I misinterpreted something they said, or I thought they were being a little bit too serious and they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from those couple of people, I do not block people. I usually have a reason. In fact, I always have a fucking reason for doing it. And I always have to
It could
answer
be a pointless
to
reason.
this group. Yeah, to you, it's pointless. To you and to your buddies, it's pointless. And to you and your buddies,
That's the
this
thing.
entire thing.
Something like that is an opinion. Saying let's playing is not a real job. That's not an opinion. That's actually a.
My opinion is that people playing video games for money is not a job.
All right, in
You
my
are
opinion,
trying to
John-
make it up.
Hold on. In my opinion, John, you're not white.
Here we go. You. That is completely fucking no.
But that's my opinion. That's
It's
how
a-
I perceive it.
No. You have to perceive me as white because I am white.
And the fact of what a real job is getting money, signing a W-9 form, paying taxes, whatever it may be, through making profit. I mean,
MDA. I was born a white male American. Unless I have vitiligo or unless I bleach my skin a different color, I am objectively white to another person. However, if I see somebody sitting on their ass and playing video games and getting paid for it, it's not objectively a job. To me, it's not. To you, it is. And that's fine. But what gets me is how, I don't know if this is just something else you guys needed to fight me for to get my attention, but how it's such a big deal when I say from my own opinions and from my own thought processes, this shit's not a job.
okay. But by
And then
definition,
say,
by
in my
definition,
opinion, you're white. That makes no fucking sense whatsoever. You're talking about
Because
a job,
what
the
a
color
job
of somebody's
is-
skin.
All right,
ridiculous.
understand this. A job by definition is a paid position of a regular employment. A task or piece of work, especially one that is paid. A responsibility or duty. You know, there's security guards that sit on their ass and watch a freaking TV just to see if somebody's, breaking the law or something. Does that make it not a real job just because they're sitting on their ass and just watching a television?
In my opinion, no, it does not make it a real job. But you know what? Here's the thing. What does my opinion influence? They still have a job according to somebody else because they fill out their W-9 and because they fill out whatever forms they need to do and they got their name badge. To them, it's a job. And to the person that hired them, it's a job.
Mm-hmm.
What is what bearing? No, what I do isn't a job. What you do sure as hell ain't a job, and one video gamer sure as hell isn't a job.
But it's still
I will
by
never
definition
contend that what I
considered a
do is
job.
not a real job
By your
to me.
definition. Just
Okay,
like
MDA.
It's not a reaction video. It's not a real job.
And
by
I
your
knew you were going to
definition.
compare it to that. You see, this is how you work.
I'm just
So,
proving
what
a
am-
point that you have your own.
You're
little
proving a point
definitions
by
of
bringing
simple
up
terms.
something that you're proving a point, or allegedly proving a point by bringing up something that I already confessed to and copped to, and that's over and done
What's
with.
stopping you from confessing that you're wrong about this?
Because I'm not wrong about this, because an opinion cannot be wrong by definition.
But you're making an opinion on something that is fact. That's something a religious believer would say, oh, evolution, that's not real. But that's how they feel.
Okay, so we've gone from comparing this to things I've done in the past, to religion, to the color of my skin. This is ridiculous.
Well,
Okay,
I'm trying to prove a point
we're
here that
always
there
not
are
going to find a
religious-
point. Okay, we're not going to find a point, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to find a point, and I say blah, 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 because this has nothing to do with why we're here. I came here with only 10 minutes, and I've been here for however long. So what am I here for? What are we here to prove? You obviously have so much against me, and it's not going to matter if I talk to you anyway, because you have so many wonderful things to say about me. So it's really going to matter if it's really going to. No, let me talk, because I don't have much time. Please. I'm not trying to do this to shut you up and avoid criticism. I'm doing this because I literally have about 6 minutes to get my ass out the door.
Okay.
You have all these things to say against me that you don't like. Mitch has had tons of things that he doesn't like about me, as he stated in that list of 10 things, and somehow,
It
I
was a
don't even need to
shitty
say that.
list. It was a fucking shitty list. I keep
But
saying.
you all stood, and here's another thing won't cop to. You all stood behind it so greatly.
Oh, I did not.
Oh, horseshit.
I didn't agree with it from the very beginning. I saw that video
Why
and I
were
was like, what the fuck is this?
you were fucking backing him up, and if I recall correctly, there were more than one point. There was more than one point where you would go, but John, what about blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I was making my
Anyway,
own points, but I was not approving of what Mitch was saying in his little list whatsoever. I made my own points on what was going on, this whole tirade on a thread of comments back then.
okay, okay. Point being,
I even told you in that video, I don't know what the fuck this list is about. In the debate, that is. I was like, that is a really stupid list of things about John I've ever heard. And you agreed.
okay,
That's fucking shit.
you got me. Okay,
Okay?
you're right. It's probably what you've been wanting to hear for so long. On that point,
No.
you were right. Applause. Yeah. Anyway, you all have so much you don't like about me, and when Pete and I have a lot I don't like about you, I have a lot I don't like about Mitch, a shit ton I don't like about Razarith and everybody, basically everybody in that call except for few choice people. So when you're in a situation where you have more things you despise about somebody than you like, which a lot of you can say about me. There are a ton of things that you guys despise about me, a ton more things you guys hate about me than things you like. There's no point.
Well, honestly, I considered you as a friend in some aspects because I tried to help you out with the whole termination. I helped you out get into full screen. I sometimes asked you, how you've been feeling. I talked to you on some occasions, just as a friend. And the fact that you just went and just unfriended me and blocked me on Twitter and deleted me as a contact, I was like kind of upset about that because, this is somebody I was trying to help and support in the past. And the fact of the matter is, like, it was like you just tossed me to the curb, like I'm like just taking what I did for granted.
Okay. Well, let me be completely honest with you. I'll say it as quickly as I possibly can. You don't believe me. You're gonna call it horseshit. And the only way I can tell you that this is not horseshit is because I never at any point considered us like best buddy friends. I mean, maybe friends or even friends in general, acquaintances, a person I talk to every now and then, fine. But here's what I was gonna do. But ever since you made that video spewing the bullshit, all bets are off, and I don't give a fuck anymore. I was blocking everybody. There are a few people that I was considering unblocking and giving my explanation to after about a week or two that I could cool down and clear my head. Because I don't know if you realize this, but I do have a life outside of YouTube, and there are things that go on in my life, some of which are good, some of which are not so good. Okay. A lot of those things, I'm not saying these things made me block everybody. They didn't in any way, shape, or form. But some of those things are much more important than this shit. So I decided to block everybody that was involved in those calls because I said I was going to do it anyway a while ago, yes. But I saw the page, and that page did not directly influence me to assume everybody was in on it. That page was basically what made me think, wow, this is e-drama I don't need. So I look back at you, I look back at Mitch, I look back at all these people in these calls, and I realize, what do I get out of these calls more than anything? Drama, fighting, butthurt, shit. So I decided to just basically hit pause, block everybody, and what I was considering doing at one point when I was thinking a couple of days ago, I was even thinking about you and saying, it's going to look weird that I blocked MDA, but then I saw the video and that was it. It solidified my decision to keep you blocked. Mitch just dug his own grave as far as I'm concerned with me. And when I say, and I know you think I'm a psychopath, so when I say dig my own grave or his grave, I don't mean I'm going to kill him so you can't record this and go send it off to people and lie to them and say I'm some kind of fucking psychopath. But At one point, I was actually saying to myself, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have blocked everybody, but you got to look at it from my end. I got a lot of shit going on in life. I see no good in being in those calls. In fact, I saw so much not good in those calls that at one point I even considered leaving them for good. I saw so much not good in them that every time I got out of the calls, I'd look at the clock, realize I spent 4 hours listening to every other call, somebody bitching at somebody and being pissed off, and watching Mitch play some stupid fucking video game, and it just wasn't worth it anymore. And now that I've seen what you have done, now that I've seen what so many other people have done, I've said, you know what? And JJ agrees with me on this. The way you guys have acted and presented yourselves by going into my fucking live show, by trying to bombard my pages with comments, and when I say bombard, I don't mean like literally spam, like David-esque spamming. You all run around like chickens with your heads cut off going, why? And that's the kind of behavior that I no longer want any part in. So as long as you and Doodle and Mitch and everybody else are going to take this shit and run with it and use it as another point of drama to make me look bad, you're just solidifying my idea. And you know what? You guys are fine with this too, because what do you stand to lose by losing me in your calls? Tell me. Nothing. Zero. Squat. You lose a temporary...
in our calls. I did it because...
no, I'm not saying that was the reason. No. I'm not saying that was the reason. What I'm saying is I was already done with that point. The next point I'm getting into is what do you stand to lose, which is nothing. So as long as I stand to lose nothing, you guys stand to lose nothing. I was just some guy you'd occasionally troll in your fucking calls. Game over. It doesn't mean anything anymore. And yeah, there is no and. That's basically all I can say.
All right. Well, the reason why I made that video is because you irrationally unfriended me for whatever reason you had, and I was pretty upset about it.
Because Undertaker, no, because this guy with a channel unfriended you for no reason. Why does anybody even need to fucking... That's so petty. It's like, oh, somebody unfriended me. Make a video, smear him, say it's because of this page when it really isn't because of this page. That's the point. You didn't know the actual reason I did it all, and you probably still think the reason's bullshit, but fine. The point is you still have a video out there proclaiming horseshit about why I did it, well, and that's unpardonable to me.
Well, actually, I said in my video, I said it could be because of this page that I liked. Now,
oh my God, that's your fail safe, because when you're found out it's wrong later on, you can go say, oh wait.
Well, no, but I didn't know for sure because I thought it was for no reason whatsoever. You know.
No, but because I fucking unfriended you. You see, this is the mentality I don't get. It's because I did it. Whenever, and I'm not trying to refer to myself arrogantly in the first person, but because UTF blocked me, or UTF unfriended me, I'm going to go and make a fucking video. And it's the same, no different than Doodle. It's mind-numbing how every action that I take has to be the point of some drama, which is what you guys have used me for, which is what, and I could actually say for certain Doodle, for certain Mitch, for certain that stupid ass, the little kid that thinks he's smart, Lane, whatever his name is, for certain David, for certain Dylan Klebold, for certain, there's so many people in there, I'm forgetting all their fucking names.
Well, I'm just saying.
Marble.
For every
Sketch. Every action I take is made drama out of you guys, and I'm running out of time here, and that's the biggest reason I want away. It's not going to stop while I'm gone. I understand that, but this is the point where I can just step back and say, you know what? I'm no longer going to look at these. If somebody sends them to me and I see the name MDA or Doodle, delete. I'm not going to watch them because I don't... Again, you guys have used me for too long as this Maury Povich show sideshow, and every time I go into your calls, it's the same deal. Sometimes it's good, but then just wait a couple of days, and it'll get bad again, and again I'll be asking myself, what am I doing here? You were part of them, and I was considering if it's undeleting you, and if you said fuck you for deleting me, that I would have been fine with that. But no, you went and did what you did, and you fell into the same trap as Doodle and everybody else. When I do anything considered somewhat irrational or somewhat, even if it's not irrational at all, you can just go ahead and say it is, just like Doodle has plenty of times saying that I think everybody, that I called all my fans stupid or whatever the fuck that shit was about, like he's done all the time.
Okay, well,
it's time for me to step away. It's time for me to just get away from you guys.
I know.
For good.
But I just would like to say the reason why I didn't, message you or anything about it, because I already contacted you on Twitter saying, what's the deal, why are you doing this to a bunch of people, and you said, man, I'm done with all of you, I don't even care how you take it, I need to focus on what matters other than piddly troll shit, and then you blocked me on that. So, I wasn't about to, message you on Facebook and say, again, what's the deal, because you were just gonna block me on there probably,
Did you not comment on Doodle's video he made out of all of our Facebook conversation?
Where? What?
Did you not watch Doodle's video about the Facebook conversation we had?
Yeah, I was the one who was commentating on it.
Okay, so you saw my reasons in there already. I knew for a fact Doodle would round the horses and tell you all. There was no reason for me to waste time telling you because you already saw it in Doodle's video.
No.
You already saw everything he said.
The reason why I knew about it was because you put me in that kind of situation, because you unfriended me.
Yeah, but you already saw... No, MDA, this is what makes it worse. You already saw what my reason was. In Doodle's video, and I'm sure Doodle put his own little spin on it, but all the messages were there. You saw them all, and you still decided to even, so far as postulate, even bring up the fact that maybe it was because of this page. But everything was in that message. That whole entire thing, and that's what makes it even worse. So you're going to keep thinking whatever you're going to think, but if you saw the messages, you knew why I blocked you all. You knew for a fact. So don't come to me and say that I'm even worse because I blocked you when you already knew why.
Well, I just don't see how preventing drama by making more drama makes any sense.
I didn't want to make drama. You guys made it for me.
And you made your own drama for yourself.
Well, there's a reason that I don't have to give a fuck anymore, because like I told you, there's enough stuff going on in life that puts this stuff in perspective. I came into this call, you're probably, in fact, you are the only person outside of JJ and Sam, Queenie, and possibly Justin that I will talk to about this. Mm-hmm. In my view, there's a reason I have not done as much about this or cared as much about this as I have in the past. You can call it making drama for myself, but at the end of the day, I'm no longer going to react the way I have.
Okay.
I'm going to look at my life as a whole. But like I said, I blocked you all to get away from the drama, and if there is more drama that comes from your videos and your lies, well, hey, what am I going to do about it? You guys, I told you why they're lies. You guys are damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I don't see how they're lies, but okay.
Okay, MDA. Well, this has been fun and everything. It's been nice.
Using your own content against you is considered lies? Alright. Goddamn.
It's been nice talking to you, MDA, I guess.
Right.
Hopefully, well, I don't really care what you got out of this. I gotta go.
Alright, take care.